बोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पल शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थाम विकर्ण घोर मकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनीं सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तक केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं दानाख्यानक केसरं हरिकथा संबोधना बोधितं लोके सज्जन षट्पतैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारत पंकजं कलिमल प्रध्वंसिन श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थित तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। Let's go into chapter 9 Bhagavad Gita. It's called Raja Vidya Raja Guhya Yoga. We have completed 10 verses, 7 and 9 being connected. Up to the 10th verse, the teacher unfolded Ishvara Swarupa. Ishvara, let's repeat as many times as necessary, because this should get into our, not just here, into our hearts. You should be convinced, it should be your knowledge. Ishvara is Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam, the non-separate material and intelligent cause of Srishti. I would not like to use the word creation, Srishti. In terms used in the Gita, the intelligent cause is called Para Prakriti and the material cause is called Apara Prakriti. Apara Prakriti is available to you as the prapancha, as the drishya prapancha, as the srishti which you can pratyaksha see. And what makes up that drishya prapancha? Pancha Mahabhutam, Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apa, Prithvi. The combination of this in its gross form manifests itself as Jagat. The product is never ever away from the cause. The cause being Ishvara's Upadana Karana, Ishvara is available as the same Ishvara is available as a product for us to interact with. The Upadana Karana, the Drishya Prapancha is not separate from Ishvara. This body is a Drishya Prapancha. There is Akasha, there is space. Okay? Akasha, Vayu, Agni, heat, Apaha, lots of water in the system, otherwise you would be dehydrated. Yeah? And minerals in the system. Drishya Prapancha is the product not separate from Upadana Karana Ishvara. And Upadana Karana Ishvara not being separate from the Karyam, Ishvara is never ever different or distant from me. This takes understanding. He says it's not enough if you understand only the Apara Prakriti. You should understand the Para Prakriti as well. You should understand the Adrishyam, that which is not available for sense comprehension. It is not available for objectification. You should know Ishvara as the Para Prakriti, as Parameshwara is free from objectification. You cannot objectify Ishvara's Para Prakriti. You cannot put Parameshwara in Desha Parichinnam, not subject to space-wise limitation, spatial limitation. Parameshwara is not subject to Kala Parichinnam, not subject to time limitation. So Ishvara is free from objectification, free from space constraint, free from time constraint. Space and time are in Ishvara, and the entire Drishya Prapancha is in Ishvara Para Prakriti. And by mere presence, the Para Prakriti blesses the manifestation of this Srishti. The changes, the modifications, and the variations happen because of a Vishesha Karana. There are two Karanas. This is how you will understand. That's how you should go into the system. Otherwise, it will be purely academic. It will remain purely academic. It should become conviction. It should become your knowledge. Okay? And how do you account for the differences? If everything is Ishvara, how do you account for the differences? So Ishvara said, Krishna said in one of the earlier verses, that Punah, Punah, I come again and again and again and again. I manifest myself in a cyclical order. So there is Srishti, there is Sthiti, there is Laya. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. Our teacher used to say, born is gone. Is gone, born. Gone, born is. It's a cycle. And the cyclical manifestation takes place because of a Vishesha Karanam. Samanya Karanam is Ishvara. Vishesha Karanam is your, my Sanjita Karma Phala. Whatever actions we do, the outcome of the action has to accrue to us now or later. If it does not accrue now, suppose I does do something wrong, all right, either way, okay, either way. And the accrue, before accruing of the outcome, before fructification of the outcome, let's say this body goes. I don't like to use the word you, me, the person goes. Okay, what happens to the outcome? It gets entered into Sanchita Karma account and will fructify in the next janma, in the next yoni. In fact, the next yoni will be determined by the Sanchita Karma in the account. Whatever is in the Sanchita Karma, that will determine the next yoni. It is not the other way. So it keeps happening again and again and again. So in the previous verse, he said, Mai, okay, Adhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. Because of my mere presence, these achara, chara, all of them keeps happening again and again and again. Suyate, enlivened, again and again. Hetunan anena, they are the cause, the cause. You know what the Vishesha Karanam makes it happen. Jagat Viparivartate. So in this chakra, it keeps in the wheel. You are in the wheel all the time. This has to be understood. That's what he said. The Ishvara Swarupa was revealed. And in verse number 11, the teacher takes you on a slightly, having concluded, he says something else. Let's see what he says. Okay, ready? 11. Avajananti mam mudha, avajananti mam mudha, manushim tanumashritam, manushim tanumashritam. Whole line. Avajananti mam mudha, mudha, manushim tanumashritam, avajananti mam mudha, manushim tanumashritam. Sorry. Param bhavam ajananta, param bhavam ajananta, mama bhuta maheshwaram, mama bhuta maheshwaram. Whole line. Param bhavam ajananta, mama bhuta maheshwaram, param bhavam ajananta, mama bhuta maheshwaram. Whole verse. Avajananti mam mudha, manushim tanumashritam, param bhavam ajananta, mama bhuta maheshwaram. Once more. Avajananti mam mudha, manushim tanumashritam, param bhavam ajananta, mama bhuta maheshwaram. So, mama bhuta maheshwaram. This entire drishya prapancha, it is my manifestation alone. You, the dreamer, the dream that unfolds out of you is your dream. Purna Maheshwaram. It is your manifestation alone. Whatever you see in your dream is your manifestation alone. I had a dream this morning. There were some military tanks going. There were 7, 8 of them. And I'm trapped between all of them. I raise both my hands and surrender. So out of the turret, a fellow peeps out. And this fellow belongs to Ramar. I know the whole thing disappeared. I know who is Ramar, who this fellow, bearded the fellow was. Maybe too much reading of all this, what's happening in different parts of the world. I don't know. But it manifestation. The tank, the the place what I saw, the guy peeping out of the turret, me there. I was wearing one some kind of what do you call vest. Okay, the fellow saying he belongs to Ramar. I don't know who this Ramar he was made him to. All of them was what? My Maheshwar. So the entire Drishya Prapancha, Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram. The Drishya Prapancha has manifested itself. By how does it manifest itself? Param Bhavam. Okay? By my mere presence. I didn't do anything. Otherwise, what will happen? Ishvara will be blamed for the trouble you and I go through. Why should somebody have a good eyesight? Why should somebody have bad eyesight? Why should have somebody gray hair? Why should other have what do you call some other hair or hairless? So whatever be the condition, he becomes responsible for it. He says, no, by my mere presence, Maya is empowered to manifest and unfold. That manifestation and unfoldment happens according to individual prarabdha karma. Okay? And Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram and Mamam Param Bhavam. That I am Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. The Drishya Prapancha alone is taken and the Para Prakriti seems to be ignored. Why? Avajanantaha Mudaha. Muda, very loose translation is fools. I would not translate as fools. Nobody is a fool. Fool. Avajanantaha are ignorant ones. They perhaps have not cultivated, have not evolved enough to insightfully look at things which are not visible to the naked eye. It needs a certain insight. So there are people who have not evolved. I would say there are people who have not evolved. Mudha. So avajananti, there are ignorant people who have not evolved. Who are mudha? Who don't want to evolve. It's not all for me. It's a waste of time. I don't want to waste time in all this. What is waste time? Okay, let us look at it. In the next two verses, we tackle that. This is, what do they lack? They are looking at Mama here is Ishvara, Manushim Tanum Ashritam. They are looking at Ishvara as some powerful force. Some force beyond which has more powers than the human beings. And that Ishvara, that powerful Ishvara, he is recognizing Ishvara's power. But because of Ishvara's power, he doesn't want Ishvara. He doesn't want the power. He doesn't want Ishvara for the sake of Ishvara. He wants Ishvara as a tool for fulfilling his Artha Kama Pradhana life. Such a person is called a Avajana, is called a Mudha. A person who has not done what is called Purushartha Nischaya. So what is his prayer? Why does he invoke Ishvara? He invokes Ishvara in the form of prayers, in the form of Tirtha Yatra, in the form of Bhakti, in the form of offering, Yajna, Yaga, everything he does. For what? He is either an Artha Bhakta, going through a lot of pain and a lot of suffering. He says, free me from all this. Or he is an Artharthi. He wants a better body, more facilities, more power, more recognition, more capacity to enjoy sensory pleasures, longer life. Okay, so such a person is called a Buddha. And what does he do? Mama Manushim Tanum Ashritam. He looks at me as a physical, he looks at my physical form endowed with powers. So there is Krishna. Then somebody will tell him, no, no, this Krishna will not give you that benefit. This Krishna will not give you that benefit. You will have to, why, there's so many. There is somebody, I went to a Muruga temple and I prayed there. Generally, this is general prayer. Somebody who I saw and just got chatting. He says, why are you coming to? I said, why do I come to Muruga? I just come to pray. At that time, way back, I was looking for building a house and things like that, constructing a house, and I was praying for that. I said, yeah, incidentally, this is, I don't normally talk about this, but the way he was a good man. I talked to him and I said, I'm looking at constructing a house and things like that. He said, for constructing a house, this is not the Muruga. For constructing a house, if property is what you want, there is a place here, so many kilometers from Chennai, that Muruga is in charge of property. See? What happens? Avajananti, Mudaha, Manushin, Tanum Ashritam. This Muruga cannot give. Okay, cannot give. Similarly, not just one or two, legions. There was a guy who wanted to get married. And he was going to a particular temple. They are followers of Muruga temple. They are followers and they went to the temple. Their specific ritual. You should not go to Parni Muruga. Why? Parni Muruga is a sannyasi. He will only give you what he has. This is a very hilarious story. Somebody went to Parni Muruga and said, hey, give me a consort. He gave him a nice slap. He said, if I had been able to get a consort, would I be standing here on top of a hill as a sannyasi? You're barking up the wrong tree. So you should not go to this Muruga temple. You should go to a Muruga temple where he is with both of them, Valli and Devasena. You should enter through one door. You should exit through another door. All these things are there. Nobody is against this bhakti. They say this bhakti is fine. But what are you doing in this bhakti? What are you doing? It's just for reflection. What are you asking for in this bhakti? What is your priority in this bhakti? Ishvara is lower priority. Artha Kama is higher priority. And such a person is called a Buddha. This is not intelligent living. Why is it not intelligent living? The finite vastu that you seek are finite. Being finite, they are subject to coming and going. Okay? Loosely translated as losable goals. The biggest of positions will one day go. You want to be president of a nation, okay? One particular nation. You can't be president for more than 2 terms. See? So you want to migrate to that country and want to be president. First condition, you cannot be president for more than 2 terms. So whatever you pray, Ishvara will give you the boon subject to the conditions prevailing there. What other condition? You should be a born citizen, not a naturalized citizen. So see, suppose you have these two disqualifications. Whatever tir marlo, you will never get presidentship of that nation. Losable goal. So what will happen at the end of all your prayers? I did so much of prayers and Ishvara did not answer me. The prayers, the outcomes in the Drishya Prapancha, the results coming in the Drishya Prapancha are subject to the laws of the Drishya Prapancha. Okay. You say, I want to buy property in one of these Middle Eastern countries. Try. It's not allowed. So you are doing, I want to do property yaga for buying a property in one of these Middle Eastern countries. Subject to the laws of that country. It's a losable goal. And the stronger you are attached to the losable goal, the more intense will be your pain when you lose it. You have just not, I would not like to use it, you mean. The person has not done what? Purushartha Nischaya. What is Purushartha Nischaya? Though directly not connected, unless we look at all this, this will not go into your system. You will also be able to give a fantastic talk in one of your club meetings. And they get a lot of claps and a shawl. What is Purushartha Nischaya? Purushartha Nischaya is having clarity about what one wants in life. What do you want in life? What is your end? What are your means to that end? This is called Purushartha Nischaya. The end must be valid. The means must also be valid. Means do not, no. End justifies means, no. Means justify end, no. The end must be valid. The means must be valid. Unless these are valid, you will not be free from klesha. Klesha is called conflict. You will not be free from klesha. So what is your primary goal? I want to be free from dukkham. Conflict will give you dukkham. So you want to be free from dukkham and you are doing things which will not give you freedom from dukkham. How is it possible? So Purushartha Nischaya. Purushartha Nischaya also includes a certain recognition. We talked about Ishvara being apara prakriti, drishya prakriti, drishya prapancha, not separate from the karyam and manifests itself in the karyam as this body is a drishya prapancha. A viveki will recognize certain gifts given unto him. There are some clear gifts given unto the jiva. What are the gifts given? Three gifts are given. Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti. You have the power to know, you have the power to desire, and you have the power to accomplish. Jnana Shakti, Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti. Three Shaktis have been given. You also have been given Viveka. What is Viveka? You instinctively know what is good for you. Instinctively. Nobody has to tell you. You instinctively know. You might choose to ignore it, but instinctively know what's good for you. So, Ichha Shakti given, Kriya Shakti given, Jnana Shakti given, Viveka given. You need Vairagya. What is Vairagya? To make, to avoid making wrong choices. I would not even like to use the word wrong choices. To avoid making choices which will affect my primary goal. If my primary goal is conflict free, dukkha free life, I must have the vairagyam to make, to avoid making choices which will create conflicts in me. Quite simply, alignment to dharma. Okay? Ishvara also has given you a jnana shakti to recognize the abundance in your life. I'm using it because this is a Navaratri period just to come to an end. Recognize the abundance in your life. Okay? I don't have to spell it out. Recognize the abundance in your life. The most important benevolence, if you can call it, of Ishvara is jigyasa. Out of manushyanam sahasreshu kinchit yatati siddhaye. There are thousands of people. 10 people are available here today to inquire into chapter 9, Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya Yoga. Ishvara has given you the benevolence, the value to spend once a week 1 hour on reflection. Recognizes abundance. Recognizes abundance. There are many who will say, I have something else to do. I can't do, join now. I have something more important. I can understand. I have something else. I have something more important to do. Purushartha Nischaya not done. Not finding fault. I'm not looking for people to join this class, okay? But understand the benevolence of Ishvara. Not only do you have the jigyasa, you have access to a shastra. You not only have access to a shastra, the shastra is being unfolded to you by a parampara of teachers. It is not one man. It is not one man's idea. It's a parampara of teachers. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Mande Guru Parampara. It's a tradition of teachers which has made this available to you. A person who misses all this is called a Muda, who has just not applied his mind. I want Artha Kama. I want to be free from this. So this is his thought process. Let's look at verse number 12. Moghasha Moga Karmanaha Moghasha Moga Karmanaha Moga Jnana Vichetasaha Moga Jnana Vichetasaha. Whole line. Moghasha Moga Karmano Moga Jnana Vichetasaha. Once more. Mogasha Moga Karmano Moga Jnana Vichetasaha. Next line. Rakshasim Asurim Chaiva Rakshasim Asurim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Shritaha Prakritim Mohinim Shritaha. Whole line. Rakshasim Asurim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Shritaha. Whole verse. Moghasha Mogha Karmano Mogha Jnana Vichetasaha Rakshasim Asurim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Shritaha. Whole verse once again. Mogha Shamoga Karmano Mogha Jnana Vichetasaha Rakshasim Asurim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Shritaha. So, Shrita, holding on to. Okay. Prakritim. See, people, all of you here know Tamil? Okay. People who don't know Tamil also doesn't matter. In Tamil, in certain sections, suppose you have don't understand certain things. Okay? In Tamil, they will use an expression. Is Prakriti ba. Prakriti means a dull matter. It is, dull matter. Prakriti ba. This is a Prakriti. Prakriti means no application of mind. Prakriti. Para Prakriti. Para Prakriti is not there. A dull-witted person who is floating along. This is the way I am. There's a lot of people like, this is the way I am. Accept it or don't accept. And you have a social media which will give you about 8,000 likes or more likes depending upon what name appears there. Okay. So Sita, they have hold on to Prakriti Eva, holding on to some Swabhava, uh, 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 um, an inner resistance to change, an inner resistance to change attitudes, improvement, a mule like stubbornness. I want it done this way. Okay, Prakriti Swabhava. What are they? They are Mohinim Prakritim. Mohinim Prakritim is that which deludes, that which takes away your focus. Mohinim Prakritim. And Mohinim Prakriti, where does it take you to? Mogha Asha. Fruitless desires. False desires, hopes, beliefs. What's the false desire here? The desire that this will give me permanent peace, security, and happiness. Sashvatam, looking for Sashvatam in Asashvatam. Moghasha, you ignore the mean, you looking at the end as the means and means as the end. Moghasha, that apart, nourishing and nurturing false expectations, beliefs, hopes, and all kinds of wool gathering stuff which have no basis whatsoever. If I were, if beggars were, if our wishes were horses, beggars would ride. Unconditional like this. What is that? They say, the condition which cannot be fulfilled. If I were this, I would do this. Well, moghasha. Mogha karmana. A focus towards artha kama pradhana life. Artha kama pradhana life. Mogha jnana. One who has not done purushartha nischaya at all and have come to conclusions, all kinds of wrong conclusions. Okay, let's not call it wrong conclusions and things like that. Unwise conclusions are not properly examined. The fellow has not done pariksha lokan. He has not seen the futility of some of his own actions. And then the limitations of what he wants. Mogha jnana and vichetasaha. Chetasaha, jnani, vichetasaha, one from whom jnanam has gone away. This is to be directly linked to chapter 2. If you have read, I'm sure you have all studied. Why, if you have? You just have to go back to chapter 2 and recall. What is there? Dhyayate vishayan spumsaha sangasteshupajayate sangat sanjayate kama kamat sanjay ध्यायते विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषूपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते काम कामात् क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. What you want in life, what you really want in life, you have switched off or incapacitated the power to even look at what you want. It is, a self-inflicted problem. What is the problem? A focus on artha kama. Artha kama aligned to dharma is not a problem. But the artha kama pressure created by raga dvesha is so strong that one does not have the patience to fulfill those desires following dharma. So what happens? Asurim, rakshasim activities. What is an asuri activity? Predominantly kama, artha, okay, raga oriented, meaning obsessive desire. I must have it. Obsessive. I must have it. At what cost? I don't care. It hurts the other person. I don't care. It hurts so many people. I don't care. I want. I want. I want. I don't care what happens to others. I want to impose, suffocate the others, but I must survive. Asuri tendency. The other is Rakshasi tendency. Asuras and Rakshasas are not separate clan of people, okay? They are not separate. People who have certain inclination to getting artha kama, whatever be the costs. Asura. Asura. Who is a Rakshasa? He is a Dvesha Pradhana person. Asura wants it at whatever costs. The Rakshasa says, if I can't have it, nobody should have. That is a Rakshasa. If I can't get, I will destroy. There is a book, a lovely book. I don't understand. So what do? I leave it and go. This fellow says, no, I will shred it. Yeah, there was a library in Nalanda. There was a fellow who came there who didn't understand anything. He said, burn it down. It took 3 months to burn it. Rakshasa. Dvesha Pradhana person is a Rakshasa. Raga Pradhana person is a Asura. What is the common feature between both? Dharma comes last. If possible, I'll follow Dharma. If not, what will I do? I will go to a temple and do prayashchit. Because there are a lot of people like that. A lot of people like that. We will do all kinds of papam. But we look for temples, build temples there, donate a tile there, put one vimana there. Yeah, I will finance what do you call a building of a vimana. There is a bhakta, there is Swami who I follow, and that Swami goes on a trip. I will arrange for the food for him and his entourage throughout the journey to Kailasha and back. But here, what I will do? Rakshasa Pradhan. I want something. If I don't get it, I will destroy. I won't let others have. Come what may. I'm so Raga Pradhan, so Dvesha Pradhan. So, Moghasha, Mogha Karmano, Mogha Jnana, Vichetasaha, once whose chetas is lost, Rakshasim, Asurim, Jaiva, Prakritim, Mohinim, Shrita. So deluded that they have lost sight of their goals. Let's look at 13. Mahamanastu mam partha. Sorry. Mahatmanastu mam partha. Daivim prakritimashritah. Daivim prakritimashritah. Bhajantyananya ananya manaso. Yatva bhutadim abhyayam. Mahatmanastu mam partha. Daivim prakritimashritah. Bhajantananaya Yatva bhutadim abhyayam. Hey Partha, okay, I'm talking about one more type of people. They are Mahatmas. Mahatmas are not far away. If your thinking is aligned with Dharma, I want Artha Kama. Okay, all of us want Artha. But for Artha Kama, I am willing to work. For my Artha Kama, I am willing to work, I am willing to slog. I don't want to destroy anybody's house for my sake. Okay? I want to even compete within the parameters of law. I'm a Mahatma. All of us here are Mahatma. Okay? Mahamanastu. Mahatmanastu. Partha. They have what is called, these are Asura, Rakshasa, Devim, Prakritim, Ashrita. In the same you, the same person, there is a Devim Prakriti. There is a Devi. There is a divine inclination. You have divine inclination. Check, all of us you have. All of you have. What is the divine inclination? Compassion. You have. Empathy. You have. The capacity to pray for somebody. The capacity not to hurt someone. Even when someone hurts you, you say, the person doesn't understand what he is saying. Don't waste time with such. Two people come to tell you about a third person. You say, no, let's not. He may be the worst possible character, but let's not talk in his absence. Daivim Prakriti, you have it all in you. Let me mind my own business. It is not ignoring the whole thing. It's not ignoring, or it's not living a life of naivety. It is a deliberate effort to be on aligned to Dharma. I am sorry, I don't violate. I am sorry, I don't want to earn money in this manner. Personally seen people, I'm sure you have personally seen people. I don't want to live. I don't want to live beyond my means. There are people who will not own credit cards. You know why? He says, I don't want to buy. I don't want to live beyond my means. If I have, I'll pay and buy. Otherwise, I don't want to buy. So, they are Prakriti Mashrita Mahatmanaha. Then, they are able to reverentially look at the Srishti, Bhutadim, Avyayam. They are able to see or insightfully feel My presence. You are able to see the divinity everywhere. You have abundance in life. You've had good breaks in life. What do you feel? Hey, thank you, Ishvara, for the good fortune. Thank you, Ishvara, for the good fortune. When I look up in the morning, the first thing I tell Ishvara, thank you, Ishvara, for putting in me in touch with the Mahatma who could teach me all this, for giving me access to Shastras. Thank you, Ishvara, that in this buddhi this starts working. Thank you, Ishvara, I am able to make some sense. Thank you, Ishvara, I am able to talk not for anybody else, for ensuring that I have understood things properly. I employ words properly. I am in alignment with what my teacher taught me. May my life be in alignment with what is proper. So such a person is, okay, he is a Mahatma. Okay. What else? Ananya Manasaha in his priority. Ishvara alone is priority. All other persons, the Avajananti, the Buddha, for them Ishvara is not priority. Ishvara is means. For a Mahatma, Ishvara is the end. Everything else are everything else is means. I don't care if I don't have them, but I want my ultimate goal. That is 13. Let's look at 14 and we'll see in details next. Okay. Satatam kirtayanto mam. Satatam kirtayanto mam. Yatantascha dridavratah. Yat yatantascha dridavratah. Namasya namasyantascha mam bhaktya. नमस्यस्तंच मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते नित्ययुक्ता उपासते होल वर्स सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढव्रताः नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते. So what do they do? Nitya Yukta, ever focused on highest priority in life. Nitya Yukta. So if you are hooked to the highest priority in life, what do? Satatam Kirtayanta. Whenever you get an opportunity, you will talk about it. Your company determines what do you talk about. Your company determines what do you chat. What groups you are member in. Are you members in such groups? No standing on judgment anymore, just a reflection. Satatam kirtayantaha. Yatatamscha. How do I get to know this better? Yatatancha. Dridhavrataha. Very steady in what their priority is. Namasyastancha. Very grateful, humble in bhakti. Everything is Ishvara Arpanam. What happens? They are Nitya Yukta, they do Upasana like this. Remember, Upasana is Manasa Vyapara. Manasa Vyapara. Such people invoke Ishvara so that they get Jnana Yogyata, so that they can go to the next section and get Jnana. This is the beauty of this. We shall continue in our next session. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय नमः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Sadgurunath Maharaj की जय हो, स्वामी दयानंद महाराज की जय हो, सब संतों की जय हो, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय हो, बजरंग बली की जय हो. We are all blessed to get this directly from the Parampara. Om. We will meet Friday next.